Hi everyone, my name is Lost Fox Heron. This is totally not my second try at doing this opening. This is Mom, who definitely wasn't not recording a minute ago.
What?
How
I
you
don't know what you're
doing?
talking about.
uh, we're looking at some more of the extras for Epic the Musical, the extra animatics that we didn't get to see. Uh, I was that was heavily requested by someone that wanted you to react to this one.
Yee! I'm excited. You know, it's so
Yeah.
exciting to hear that people want to see my reaction to things. Like, I feel so important.
Yeah. I mean, you do have good reactions, but this one
So what
specifically.
you're saying is I should have been doing react videos all along.
So this one was done by Neil Illustrator. They do a really good job at this. The reason I didn't choose it, and I'm going to talk about it in the beginning, it's not canon-ish.
Okay.
So everything that happens for Thunderbringer happens on the boat, and then you'll see why this one isn't fully canonized
Alright.
when you get into it. But it's a really good interpretation of Zeus, and I think you're going to like it or hate it, possibly both.
I mean, it's Zeus. It's Zeus.
Yeah.
Well, Zeus is very entertaining. No, I don't like him.
No,
that man.
No.
But he's entertaining.
Right. Alright, are you ready?
I'm ready. Flashing lights. Ooh, it's very comic book. Ooh. So they hadn't even made it to the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Pride is a damsel in distress.
That hair!
Hiding away where only I can undress
Oh my.
her. Trials she cannot to confess. In the end, it's all the same once I apply all the pressure. Thunder, bring her through the ringer. Show her I'm the judgment call, the one who makes her kingdom fall. Lightning, wield her, use and gild her. Show her what she can't conceal, for true nature will be revealed.
Uh-oh.
Tell me.
Oh my.
If I were to make you choose the lives of your men and crew or your own, why do I think they'd lose? Enlighten
That
me,
smug face.
because since hunger was far too great, I wonder who'd take the weight of the damned and suffer a gruesome fate. To the thunder bringer, here to bring your ears until you're deaf with fear, and spear you while your death is near.
So I wonder, in another world where Odysseus would have chosen to die for his crew, would they have made it home?
Don't know.
Because he's the one everyone has beef with.
Choose. Someone's gotta die today, and you have got the final say.
You
Or
or your crew.
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
Ooh. Ooh.
Captain? I have to see her. But we'll die. I know.
Eurylochus is so done. He's not even moving.
No.
Oh man. Oh. Oh my. Oh Jesus. Oh. Yeah. Oh man.
So this was done again by Neil Illustrator. They did a really good job at portraying Zeus, and it's so good.
Making him larger than life and all that. Like, I mean, the other one did a great job of that too. I mean, coming down out of the clouds and all that. But then once he was separated from the cloud, then he kind of just looks like a guy. This one, he kept him larger than life.
Oh yeah. Like he made sure Zeus was extra upon extra upon extra.
Yes. Yes, because we all know that Zeus has to be extra.
Yeah, and then he also made sure that they were quite ick. Very ick.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That is another word that describes Zeus is ick.
But yeah, so they definitely wanted you to react to this. I like this anime. I obviously didn't choose it because the events happened on a boat, and I was like, I have to stick with the story.
Understandable, understandable.
Upon thinking of your question, I don't think Odysseus' crew would have made it home.
Okay.
The reason for this is if we're going based off the Odyssey crew, they're complete morons.
I mean, true. But what happens from here? What happens from here? I mean, we have the Calypso thing, which wouldn't have happened.
Wouldn't have happened.
And then from Calypso, the next thing we see is the whirlpool. Would they still have gone?
Scylla. They were already past Scylla, so they just need to figure out how to get home. So if we're going based on that, I do not think the crew itself would have made it home.
Not even with Eurylochus? You think Eurylochus couldn't have been a factor?
Even with Eurylochus, if we're going with the epic the musical crew,
okay.
I don't think he makes rash and decisions right off the moment. He doesn't think it through. He doesn't think about the consequences of the actions until afterwards. Yes, Odysseus sacrificed 6 men, but he thought about it because it's either in the original Odyssey it was either between that or the whirlpool. Which one would you want? And in this one,
lose your crew and your boat and everything else, or 6 men.
6 men. And like how I don't think Eurylochus would have thought. He doesn't think like a couple steps ahead. He knocked Odysseus out, yes, but he also couldn't go through with killing him because Odysseus was his best friend, and yes, he is the king. So technically, killing the king would have been treason. They were going to have to come up with a story and whether or not Eurylochus would have trusted the men to keep
they've been gone for a long time. And everything that they've been through, I'm sure they could have come up with something for why the king didn't make it back.
Yeah, and then it would have came down to the events of the rest of the story did taking place differently. But I honestly do not think Eurylochus has the skills to lead everyone home.
Okay, all right, understandable. Something else would have taken them out. Okay.
Yeah, like he's not much of a think about the consequences until after it hits. And like, even if Odysseus sacrificed himself, they're still without food. How is he going to?
Yeah, they were already starving.
They were already starving. In the last place they went to, there was cows. He doesn't know where to go to get food, and then the crew would have either devolved into who knows what.
Okay. So what you're saying is there really was no choice.
There was no choice.
Okay.
I mean, again, I could be wrong, and people can have their own take on it.
I'm sure there's some fan fiction out there of Eurylochus becoming the new captain and leading everybody home and then becoming the new king of Ithaca or something. I don't know.
Oh, he's not gonna marry Penelope. He has his own wife.
True.
And by that point,
I'm sure he'd become a royal advisor or something. I don't know.
Right. So he most likely what would have happened if he did make it home is he would probably be in the position of like helping Penelope until Telemachus is old enough to rule the kingdom. But at the same time, a lot of people would have wanted Penelope to get married, and then Penelope would not have an excuse.
You know what solves all of these problems? History. Just let the woman rule. She don't gotta get married if she don't have to. If she's not a good ruler, then that's another factor. But if she's been doing fine all this time, leave her alone.
Right? She did a really good job. Other than unable to drive the suitors out, but she did a really good job.
Well, if the marriage thing weren't like such a big thing, then the suitors wouldn't have to be there. They wouldn't be forcing themselves. I mean, at least she'd have more of a leg to stand on to get them out of her house. Yeah, you know, just big middle finger to all of history. That's all this is.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let me. Oh, that's so cute.
It's just me, myself, and I, stuck in my bedroom, living in this world you left behind.
Aww.
Dreaming of all these monsters
I liked Tangled.
that I'll never get to fight. But boy, I wish I could, so I could bring the world some light. 'Cause I'm stuck with your stories, but no clue who you are.
No.
No idea if you're dead or just too far. Somebody tell me, come and give me a sign. If I fight those monsters, is it you I'll find? If so, then give me sirens and a cyclops. Give me giants and a hydra. I know life in fate is scary, but I wanna be legendary. I'll fight the harpies and chimeras.
Penelope!
I know life in fate is scary, but I wanna be
legendary.
There are strangers in our halls, trying to win the heart of my mom, but she is standing tall. 108 old faces of men who call me small. They keep taking space and it's not much longer we can stall. 'Cause they're getting impatient, dangerous too. And I would fight them if I was half as strong as you. Somebody help me, come and give me the strength. Can I do whatever it takes to keep my mom safe? If so, then give me sirens and a cyclops. Give me giants and a hydra. I know life in fate is scary, but I wanna be legendary. I'll fight the harpies and chimeras, the minutes or even Cerberus. I know legendary. Where is he? Where is the man who'll have you to wife? Oh, 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 where is he? Where is the man with whom you'll spend your life? 'Cause it's been 20 years, and we still have no king. Give me a chance, a single opportunity, and I'll overcome these obstacles and scrutiny. And boy, when's your tramp of a mother gonna choose a new husband? Oh, why don't you open her room so we can have fun with her? Don't you dare call my mother a tramp. Oh, I just did.
I mean, I just did. Oh, God.
Somebody tell me, come and give me a sign. If I fight this monster, is it you I'll find?
Whew.
Alright, go ahead and pause.
I mean, so it's been 20 years at this point. How
Yes.
old does he have to be? Or, like, why isn't Telemachus just king?
So originally, in the original Odyssey,
Uh-huh.
he would have been, it wouldn't have been 20 years, it would have been 17. And he couldn't take
Okay.
the throne until he was legally an adult.
And what is a
So-
legal adult in ancient Greece?
I'm glad you asked.
Thank you.
Let me,
like you know, history seems to be so weird with what is an adult in different eras and whatnot. You know, 13 might be an adult here, and then 28 might be an adult there. I don't know.
right,
Okay,
right,
28
right,
might
right.
be a little bit of a stretch. People weren't living that long.
So in ancient Greece, so how things would work,
Okay.
they're considered to be like kind of an adult when they hit 18. So,
Okay.
and then they would have to serve in the military for another 2 years, and then they would be considered a full man at the age of 20.
You know, I kind of don't mind that idea. Ish.
Yeah.
I have
mean,
other
obviously-
problems with that idea, but you know,
Obviously,
fair.
it's different for women and stuff, but
Of course. I just kind of like that there's a transition, that there's a transitional period where it's like, okay, you're not an adult, but you're an adult enough. Do this, and then you'll be a real adult. Kind of like our, okay, here you're 18, but you can't do these things until you're 21, and then you can't rent a car until you're 25.
right. So like they were considered like so especially Telemachus. Once he turned 18, he would have been considered a young man, which is a Ephidos,
Okay, but not ready to rule a kingdom.
not ready to rule a kingdom, and then he would have
Okay.
to take 2 years of military training and before he was
Uh-huh.
giving his oath of citizenship, and that's when he
Okay.
would be considered an adult. And then that's when technically he would have probably been able to take over the throne.
Okay, fascinating.
So, in the epic and the musical, you don't get a lot of the history stuff
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So, in the original Odyssey, he would have been 17. It would have been right before he's considered a young man and before he could go into the military training to become an adult
Mhm.
and takes the throne. In
That
Epic
makes
the
sense.
Musical, I would say lore-wise that he's in his military training.
Okay.
He probably has his own private instructor and stuff.
Yeah, like he's not out there with the plebeians.
So he's in his military training, but he's not as experienced as, of course, the suitors.
Of course. In all of the animatics, they're portraying him as much younger.
Yes.
Like,
so that's kind of
like
why
he
I
seems
went
to
with,
be like a child to a young teenager rather than a young adult.
That's why I did choose Duvet, versions of Legendary, because yeah, he does kind of look young, but he also doesn't look like young. You know what I mean? This one, it's a really good animatic, but it makes him look a lot younger.
Yeah, like, he looks like
tall.
a child in this.
He has that baby face of a child, where in Duvet's he looks like he is at the verge of becoming an adult. He looks like
like, he still didn't look grown in that one, but he looked older than this.
Yeah, like he doesn't have like a lot of muscles, but he has a lot more muscle definition to him, which we can attribute to his private military learning.
Right.
But yeah, he can't take the throne until he's at least 20, and because of that, like, obviously they're getting restless, because if he turns 20, they don't have a claim to the throne no more. And that's what they really want. That's why all these men are here. And that's why they've been here, waiting. Even if Odysseus wouldn't have taken so many years to come back, like, they were waiting to try to take over the throne and take his riches and stuff. Like, they were waiting.
Well, we've been here all this time. We're not about to let you come of age and take it from us.
Exactly. And there's a lot more nuances, but I probably will save a lot of that for the last saga, because there's a lot in the Odyssey that isn't like portrayed in the Epic the Musical, and it will be an interesting to talk about that stuff. Right. But I figured you would like this one. I like them. It's really cute. There's some other ones that are also really cute, but I went with what I went with because I felt like that looked the maturest of all of them. And I just really liked seeing Duvet's art style, and then having that transition right into Little Wolf, because I had full access to both of them, and I was just like, perfect.
I really like Little Wolf too. Oh my goodness. Do we have a different version for Little Wolf too? I get to see Little Wolf again. Okay.
I don't have one in this, but there is so many out there of it that, but we do have 2 more Animatics I wanted to show you.
Okay.
So go ahead and go to the next one.
Father, God King, rarely do I ask for favors. Now I'm knocking on your door with hopes to save a friendship with one who's a prisoner far from home. Odysseus.
Divine intervention, is that what you seek? To untie apprehensions that were placed on that Greek? You are playing with thunder for a man full of shame, but if he's worth the risk of going under, why not make it a game? Convince each of them that he ought to be released, and I'll release him.
Who's them?
Apollo! Hephaestus! Aphrodite!
What were we saying about how extra Zeus is?
Yeah.
Hera! Or me. What do you say?
Great.
Very well. All right.
Bring it. You all know I'm a fan of catchy songs, so with so many sirens gone, I think God is in the wrong. They were trying to do him worse. All he did was reimburse them. Now they'll tread with caution first to live another day and sing another verse. If that's true, release him.
Hephaestus!
Trust is not given, is forged. Why should I give in my support? He sacrificed his own cohort.
Did you forget they failed to listen? He was betrayed and then imprisoned. But if you make the right decision, he can still build a future with those who miss him.
Fine, release him.
Release him.
You're a little high and mighty. Odysseus claims to love his mother, but let her die of a broken heart. He was busy fighting, more like busy spiting. The silence let him feel the pain that his mother felt and wrought. Wait! Please
tricks.
I really love how annoyed she sounds with Aries.
What kind of sick coward
Right.
holds back his power while his friends get devoured? He didn't even fight Scylla, didn't even try to kill her. Hides inside a wooden horse to get the job done. Never handles things up front, pathetic and weak like his son.
Hold your
You
tongue
don't
now.
know his son's my friend.
And tell your love that a broken heart can mend. You want more bloodshed, then set him free to get back to his home and everybody leaves.
Oh, that was cool. Release him.
Hey, baby. So many heroes, so many tales. Give me one good reason why you should prevail. The mind of a genius, high-hearted. He's pretty skilled with words. You can do better than that. He's kind of funny. Never once has he
Kind of
cheated on
funny.
his wife.
Release him.
I played your game and won. Release him.
You dare to defy me, to make me feel shame. No one beats me. No one wins my game.
Oh, she's scared. Oh, God. Jesus.
The judgment call, the one who makes the kingdom fall. Is she dead?
I do like how it's Aries that's the most concerned, because he's like, is my sister dead?
Like, who am I gonna fight with now? Who's gonna be the other version of the war god? Love all the shape shifting.
Oh yeah.
Please.
Let him go.
Go ahead and pause.
Oh, hold on. I don't want to pause yet. Hold on.
Okay,
Oh, these are
because I love
great.
this.
Yes. Okay, there we go. Now I'll pause. Those are good.
Yeah. So this came out a month ago. So,
Mhm.
so by the time we had done our recording, this had come out, but I wasn't aware of it. And then it wasn't until later that I found out that this one existed. And it's so good.
It is.
I love this.
I
take on
also
it.
really liked the one that we did watch. Like that one was also really good, especially Hera as like a disco queen. Oh my!
But yeah, so this one has a lot of nuances and a lot of things in mythology that a lot of people wouldn't pick up on. Apollo being Apollo,
Yeah.
perfect, and as they were.
Yeah.
What I liked about this was definitely their take on Hephaestus, which is
Right.
accurate.
Yeah.
So Hephaestus is missing a leg. He doesn't have that leg, and to have him have this prosthetic is such a good call to that. He's also described as very ugly, but like What's
I mean,
ugly in
beauty
Greek
is in
standards.
the eyes of the beholder, right?
Right.
So same goes for ugliness.
Yeah. But what was considered ugly back in Greek's time, I don't know. But I do like to have that representation of the fact that Hephaestus like has his own differences in mobility, and like that's such a nice thing to have. Like that is a thing that's canon. I also liked so a lot of people, I did see other people's reactions to this, were confused, and I don't know if you were, about the whole snake thing.
I noticed the snake thing. I mean, I know that Athena cursed Medusa with the... No, wait. Or was Medusa already a Gorgon before she was cursed with the stone eyes thing?
So
Was she a
talk
Gorgon
about
to
that.
begin with that?
In original Greek mythology, Medusa, yes, was originally a Gorgon.
Okay, so she was always a Gorgon. Does the
And
snake
then
thing have
Rome
anything to
happened.
do with the Gorgons?
And then Rome happened.
Okay.
And then
Did
according
Rome
to
fall in?
Rome,
Okay.
the Medusa was a I would say acolyte or something of a priestess or whatever you would call of Athena's temple.
Right.
And then Poseidon being Poseidon.
Yeah.
Saw him attractive. I think it
Yeah.
was definitely Poseidon. Saw an
Oh,
attractive.
yeah, it was
woman.
Poseidon.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like you. And then basically took advantage of Medusa, and then either A, punished Medusa by turning her into what she was, or to save her from ever having that to happen to her again, turned her into that.
Right, I've heard both versions of that. I think you said that the version where she's helping her was a later interpretation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But in Greek society, so obviously the Medusa thing wasn't a Greek thing, it was a Roman interpretation. Because fuck Rome. But the whole snake thing was because those are the two animals that represented Athena at the time, a snake and
Okay.
a owl. So she was known as the goddess of wisdom. So
Yeah.
the owl represents the wisdom of the sky, and then the snake represented the wisdom of the ground.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So there is a lot of the owl and the snake references, which is a direct pull from Athena's original Greek roots.
I wonder, because in other folklores and religions, the snake is seen as like a cunning trickster, and I wonder, did the Romans take that as well at all? Because I know that they consider, from what you told me, they consider Athena to be underhanded and whatnot, as opposed to Ares.
Yeah, they were more in the mindset of Ares and being direct. They didn't like cunning. Where the snake being this evil kind of creature sounds fitting for Rome. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm gonna have to double check. But
I would not be surprised. But
snakes are also,
yes.
like, again, depicted as very cunning creatures, and for a wisdom and war goddess of cunning, that makes a lot of sense as to why she was giving that as an interpretation.
It does. So what you're saying is Athena might not be a Ravenclaw. She could be a Slytherin. She could be one of mine.
She could dabble in both. I don't know.
I mean, there's plenty. Look, we in this community do not condone certain actions and beliefs of certain authors and whatnot, but at its core of what those houses represent and whatnot, it's about what you value, right? So does she value the smarts more, or does she value the cunning more? Like, because that is, yeah.
You'll have to look up her research and find
Let
out.
us know in the comments. Do you think Athena is a Ravenclaw or a Slytherin? Give us all of your comments.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I do like this version. It's a really nice version. Anna Flamon did a really good job.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like that both Zeus and Hera have horns.
Yeah, I do like that. I mean, they are descendants of the Titans. It would make sense, and then all the others are children afterwards. So
Yeah. And I guess I was thinking more about them being married. But that also makes sense. They might have slightly more bestial forms.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really good thing. Also, it was really funny to have the censor pigeon.
Oh
I
my
heard
god,
you
that
laugh.
pigeon was great.
The best role, the best character in this entire animatic. Censor pigeon. Haha.
Who needs censor bars when you have pigeons? I can't wait for you to watch that one video that I have set aside.
Oh dear. Alright, are you ready? Alright, so this is the one that I really, really wanted to show you, but it has spoilers in it for the Vengeance Saga. But this is done by Orange. Orange.
I like orange.
Yeah. So I think they did a really good job. I'll have you tell me how you feel about it after we get to the end of it, okay?
Alrighty.
Go.
600 men, 600 deaths under my command, 'cause I had one goal in mind.
Yeah.
No fleet, no band, only this raft that I made by hand. How will I reach my homeland?
All you have to do is not
Open this bag.
Hermes? Hello, old friend.
So you're the one who talked to Calypso. Why are you here?
You're being given a final option. Consider this your one last chance to make it back home and abandon caution. Wash it away like the blood your hands have known. I know if you dance with fate, then oh, I know you'll enhance your state.
If your plan's so great, then why'd you wait to say it?
Well, it's a little bit
Dangerous,
my
my
friend.
friend.
You need a mindset change for this. You cannot get away with playing safe for this. You wanna get home, put it all on the line, put your whole brain in it. Remember every trick in your domain for this. You gotta treat it like it is the main event. You wanna get home, put it all on the line, be dangerous.
Alright, I'm in. What do I do?
First up, uncharted
Oh, he gave him a real boat too. Okay.
Look towards the sky, follow the North Star. No matter how far you think you're going, you keep on rolling. When strangers look around the aisle, when danger greets you with a smile, fight your way through, do what you must do. But no matter what, keep moving. It's gonna be dangerous, my friend. You need a mindset change for this. You cannot get away from playing safe for this. You wanna get home, put it all on the line. Put your own bread in it. Remember every trick in your domain for this. You gotta treat it like it's the main event. You wanna get home, put it all on the line. Be dangerous. And lastly, the win back. We went through so much to get this. Keep this bag closed if you wanna get home, sir. You won't get another time to try. The raging storm inside won't let you get closer. It was meant to stop you by design. 'Cause no more
This version of Hermes gives me Elton John vibes. It's the sunglasses, I think.
Don't you know that danger is
Dangerous,
my
my
friend?
friend.
My whole life I've trained for this. I cannot tell you how much I have paid for this. I have to get home, put it all on the line. I'm gonna use ruthlessness, every trick, every skill put to use for this. I plan to put an end to all the foolishness. I have to get home, put it all on the line, or be dangerous. Hermes. Thank you.
Don't thank me, friend. I'm not the one who fought for you.
Then who?
Good luck.
Aw, good luck.
Little bit dangerous, my friend. You need a
Go ahead and pause. I really, really like this version.
That's great.
I don't know if it's like, obviously it had like snippets and sneak secrets, and I'm like, fuck, can't
Yeah.
show Yami that. But like, I don't know. I really like this version of Hermes. It's so, I don't know.
This
'Cause
version is a
Hermes-
lot less ick.
Like Hermes is gonna be ick regardless. He's
Okay, yeah.
He's Hermes.
Look, how many of these gods are not ick in some way?
Hades. Hades.
Wait, oh, well, yeah, okay, yes, Hades. I didn't say there's none. It's just that there aren't many.
But that's true.
Yes,
But, like,
Hades
I don't know.
is good boy.
Hades is good boy. But I don't know. I like this version of Hermes. I like the
Mhm.
way this one flowed, and like it kind of showed him kind of caring for his great grandson.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
yes, he's still slightly indifferent to him,
Mhm.
but like he showed like a little bit of care, which is out of character for Hermes, and it's very interesting for me. But I really, really like this version, and I got distracted. Sorry,
Mhm.
but unfortunately, because of the little sneak peeks into a later song, I was like, I'm just gonna put that away for another day.
Uh-huh.
But
I
yeah.
like the little owl charm he gave him.
Yeah. So in a lot of other interpretations, especially at the beginning of everything, he has a little charm that is the symbol of Athena.
No.
And at some point he throws it away, and I assume that would have been at my goodbye, and
Mhm.
Hermes just giving it back to him, as you need
Nice.
all your skills in your domain, which would have been
Yeah.
Athena's domain.
Yeah.
Not that he ever tells him what Athena did at all.
No, I'm not the one who fought for you. Well, who did? I'm not telling you. It's funnier this way.
Right? But yeah, these are the extras. There's a whole lot more that I want to show you.
Mhm.
This one was again done by Orange. Really good.
Hey.
Really, I don't know where this person came from. They just popped up when I looked up Dangerous. So I'm like, oh, ah.
Nice.
But yeah. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I know you have to get going here, so let's just
Mhm.
go ahead and do the outro.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do like it, consider giving me a subscribe. Those are free. You don't have to worry about paying me anything. You can also ring that
Yes.
bell to get notified the next time I post a video, which usually is every Monday and Thursday, but there's some surprises coming.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed the animatics listed in this video, you can find them listed down below, as well as Jorge. You can go give him a good listen and listen to all of the animatics and support Jorge and all the wonderful things he's done. And then my
Yes.
lovely co-host here, Yami, you can find them listed down below as well. Definitely go and check them out.
And likes and comments. Leave us all of your comments. I like having conversation with people in the comments.
I've seen that. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next time. Say bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.